say?
A Mobile man has been arrested and charged with the burglary and rape of an 85-year-old woman. How she reacted to the arrest. Mallory Owens was severely beaten Thanksgiving Day. Today, she sat down with Local 15 to talk about the incident. The SEC championship game is almost here, and fans in Atlanta are gearing up. Who's going to the Super Six? We'll have the highlights from tonight's high school football playoffs.
Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 News.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Thurman. My co-anchor Greg Peterson has the night off. Well, tonight's big story, a Mobile man is in jail charged with raping an 85-year-old woman. It happened on Mobile's Glenwood Street in October. Police say 45-year-old Calvin Chambers broke into the victim's home and raped her. He is now charged with first-degree rape and first-degree burglary. Local 15's Derek Rose joins us from our mobile newsroom at police headquarters tonight. Derek, how relieved is this neighborhood?
Well, Kim, good evening. There are a lot of emotions in that neighborhood. First, as you said, relief that someone had been caught for this crime, but also shock because of who the suspect is and where he lives. Whatever it is going through Calvin Chambers' mind, he is keeping to himself.
Anything you want to say?
And even if he's quiet, police are not pointing the finger at Chambers in the rape of an 85-year-old woman. Both victim and suspect live on the same street.
In this particular case, our victim and suspect, they don't know each other. So, this is, pretty much what people worry about, this whole idea of a stranger rape.
It's what had Shantae West worried during the investigation because she too lives in that neighborhood on the same block where it happened.
Yes, it ran across my mind a lot of times, but I'm just happy.
Her emotion quickly changed, though, when we showed her Chambers' mugshot. At the time, she had not seen the person who was arrested, and when she did, came the realization she crossed paths with him just hours before his arrest.
He's there in the community, up and down the street, and I'm shocked right now.
And you had talked to him today?
Yes, and never would have knew. No, I'm very shocked.
Police did know, and they closed in. Forensic evidence helping them make the connection between Chambers and the crime. For neighbors, it's more than they expected, but everything they could need.
Yeah. So we got him.
Good day for the neighborhood.
Thank God for DNA. That's all I have to say.
And that last gentleman you saw there lives across the street from the victim. He was with her when news came down today about the arrest, and he says when she found out someone had been arrested for her rape, she simply cried. We're live at police headquarters tonight. I'm Derek Rose, Local 15 News.
Derek, thank you. The woman who was severely beaten while at Thanksgiving dinner sat down with Local 15 News today. 23-year-old Mallory Owens was hospitalized for her brutal injuries. She is now recovering at home. Her girlfriend's brother, Travis Hawkins Jr., was arrested for second-degree assault. Owens says the beating came as a surprise. She doesn't even remember it, only waking up in the hospital. However, she says she does know why it may have happened.
They did not like me at first because of, I don't think that they wanted their daughter with another female. They had made that clear to me. They had said that through phone calls several times. But it's just, the relationship has never been good.
Owens' attorney says if investigators prove Mallory was beaten because she's gay, Alabama's hate law won't apply because it does not include sexual orientation. New at 10 o'clock, it's been 1 week since a Baldwin County Sheriff's deputy was shot and killed during a shootout that also left the suspect dead. 15-year veteran Deputy Scott Ward and 2 other officers were responding to a disturbance call in the Marlow community in Baldwin County when they encountered Michael Jansen. Gunfire was exchanged. Jansen was shot and killed on the scene. Ward was taken by helicopter to USA Medical Center where he died. He was laid to rest Tuesday. The honor flag was part of the service. It travels around the country to fly at funeral services for fallen law enforcement officers and men and women of the armed forces. A Theodore woman was found dead in her home. Mobile police say they found 26-year-old Angel Moore's body this morning after they received a call from neighbors to check on the home. Police say they aren't sure what happened and they're calling it a suspicious death. They're continuing to investigate. A bond has been reduced for 3 teenagers charged with felony murder for the death of Summer Moody. Investigators say Scott Bird, Dylan Tyree, and Daniel Parnell were armed and breaking into fish camps on Gravian Island when Moody was shot in the back of the head. Both sides agree the 3 teens did not fire the shot. Instead, a camper with a felony record fired a warning shot. A grand jury, though, has charged them with felony murder, and all now face the possibility of 10 to life in prison if convicted.
When they went onto the island, they could not foresee that there would be armed felons on the island that would shoot their friends.
Any person that is committing an armed burglary of a dwelling takes a risk that another one of them or a person present could get harmed, and the law is very clear on that.
If the teenagers do make bond, they will be subject to GPS monitoring at all times. A preliminary hearing on the murder charges is expected in January. A Theodore man has been sentenced to prison and probation for his involvement in destroying evidence related to a child molestation case. William Atkinson III was sentenced to 2 months in prison and 3 years probation on conspiracy and obstruction of justice charges. Investigators say Atkinson ordered his sons to destroy a hard drive containing the evidence. They say the crimes happened at the family's orphanage in Honduras. Another son, William Atkinson IV, is in jail in Honduras. Well, Saraland police nabbed a man they say traveled to meet a child for sex. 22-year-old Harlan Trimble is charged with 2 counts of traveling to meet a child for sex and 2 counts of electronic solicitation of a child. Trimble is from Pass Christian, Mississippi. His arrest is a result of an Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. A local apartment complex is being sued after a couple says their toddler was attacked by bed bugs for nearly a year. It happened at the Regency Gates Apartments on Grelot Road in Mobile. The Leard family says its apartment was infested with the red insects. The Leards say they could not afford to move because the complex wouldn't let them break their lease. Olivia Leard says she first noticed the red bugs on her ceiling, then she found them on her daughter's bed guardrail and started noticing bites on her toddler's body and face.
We talked to the apartment complex, and they said that they would come in and do a heat treatment. I found out shortly thereafter that what they had actually done was to turn on the heating system as far as it would go and open our oven door.
On Wednesday, the family's attorney filed a lawsuit against Regency Gates. The company refuses to comment. Baldwin County school officials say Daphne East Elementary and Daphne Middle School will be back open Monday. Belforest water system customers have been asked to boil water in the area since Wednesday. That notice has now been lifted. Belforest water officials say a Baldwin County sewer system worker accidentally hooked a sewer line to the water line at a new house. School officials say there was never any contamination detected at the schools. A date to make up the 2 lost days of class has not yet been set. A local grant writer has been sentenced to federal prison, convicted of conspiring to commit fraud, embezzlement, and money laundering. Janie Galbraith of Bayou La Battery will spend 3 months in federal prison and will pay a $75,000 fine. Prosecutors say Galbraith worked with Bayou La Battery Mayor Stan Wright in a scheme to swap land and misuse federal disaster funds after Hurricane Katrina. Today, Thomasville's mayor asked to come and vouch for Galbraith's character before the judge.
Janie Galbraith, I know, is one of the most sincere individuals I've ever met, and she has done an impeccable job for us in making sure that we followed the law.
Galbraith has spent all of her life savings, retirement, and half of her husband's retirement, which totaled about $1.9 million on her defense. Fans are packing into Atlanta tonight for tomorrow's SEC championship between the Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Local 15's Clement Townsend is in Atlanta tonight, where fans are getting ready for tomorrow's big game.
Plenty of fans are in Atlanta for the huge SEC championship game between Alabama and Georgia, but the crowd seems to be just a little one-sided. How long have you been following the Tide?
Oh, let's see, I'm 50 years old, so 49 and a half years.
Okay. And who would you pick as your impact player in the game tomorrow?
C.J. Mosley.
From Theodore, folks in Mobile would agree. He should have a big game tomorrow.
It's just really cool to see Alabama get to play in the SEC championship and possibly go to Miami for the BCS championship.
We decided since This is already Georgia. Everybody's with an hour or two of being here for the game. Okay. So they're at home tonight. They're chilling, having something good to eat. But tomorrow game time, they'll all be here. Okay.
We're so excited because we love Alabama #1. Woo! Roll Tide. We're here. I'm definitely a Nick chick. And so we're Nick Saban all the way. #1, Alabama.
Aside from the game, anything else you plan to do here in Atlanta?
Oh, absolutely. Tomorrow morning, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta will fill these streets with a big parade. So come on out. I think we're starting at 10 or 10:30.
Not a bad way to start off the day.
Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
Reporting in Atlanta, Clement Townsend, Local 15.
I love that. We're going to have to get shirts printed Nick Chick. Well, the Crimson Tide hasn't claimed the SEC title just yet, but AAA Alabama's already offering Tide fans a variety of travel packages to the January 7th BCS Championship game in Miami. This is video from last year's national championship win. A spokesman for AAA Alabama says they began selling its BCS game travel packages late yesterday, with prices starting at $870 a person. They say packages booked before Saturday's SEC title game will be fully refunded if Alabama does not play for the national title. However, they are non-refundable if Alabama does go to Miami, and at that point, the prices, of course, will quickly go up. All right, turning to weather, we're expecting a beautiful weekend here. What about in Atlanta? Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley has the Gulf Coast with accurate forecast for us. DB?
Well, Kim, looks like the weather in Atlanta is going to be just fine for that. Of course, again, this afternoon, we saw temperatures into the 70s. We're going to see more of that here for tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we're looking at some mid-70s here for this weekend. And some chances for rain returning next week. We'll have complete details in your 70 forecast. That'll be coming up here in just a couple of seconds. Right now, let's talk about what's going on at the present time. And as you can see, live pinpoint Doppler is dry. We had a few showers offshore and produced a few clouds across the area through the day, but no measurable rainfall occurring in Pensacola or in Mobile. 73 this afternoon officially at Mobile Regional, and 70 in Pensacola. Temperatures into the low 50s in Mobile and 63 Pensacola. Winds out of the east over in Pensacola. So really it looks like tonight a quiet night, not nearly as chilly as it's been. The humidity is going to keep the temperatures up, as well as the clouds rolling into the area. So we're not expecting to be quite as cool. Low to mid 50s early tomorrow morning, and then another beautiful afternoon, as Kim mentioned, partly cloudy skies and highs into the 70s. Clouds and radar showing a few of those showers earlier today just offshore, but really not much going on. It's been a quiet day weather-wise across a good section of the country. 60s this afternoon from South Carolina all the way back towards Memphis and Little Rock, but 70s down along the Gulf Coast, and even warmer back towards Lake Charles at 75 this afternoon, when some of that warmer weather is going to be headed our way. And looking across the country, again, not much to talk about. South Florida seeing a few showers, the Keys, as well as up in the portions of the Pacific Northwest, and some snow up into New England and the northeast United States. But other than that, just some high clouds, and that's really about all we're going to see here through this weekend. So we'll call it partly cloudy with temperatures into the 70s as the jet stream is locked up well to the north. All the cold air is staying in Canada for the time being, and we don't really see any changes in this weather pattern through the end of the week, although we will cool down slightly behind the cold front by the middle part of the week, but really not going to see much difference in the temperatures behind it. Still expected to be around 70 as the front passes for later in week next week. Here's a look at Pinpoint Predictor. Skies partly cloudy overnight, so looking pretty good there for Saturday, Sunday. Cloud, sunshine, temperatures into the 70s. Here's your forecast for tonight. Down to 53. For Saturday, partly cloudy, 73 degrees, and your 7-day forecast, Kim. And there are those 70s here for the weekend. They stick around for a while through at least Wednesday, and we may see temperatures drop a couple of degrees behind that front on Thursday, but really not bad at all for the first full week of December coming up next week. It's going to be quite mild, so definitely above average.
That's the price we have for living here on the Gulf Coast. Beautiful winter weather.
I know, and I know you're going to take advantage of it by getting some things done outside, right? So, holiday decorations.
Hanging out outside, doing nothing.
Yeah, of course.
All right. I want to say hello to Jackie Patterson. She's our Facebook friend of the day. She'll be rooting for the Crimson Tide this Saturday. The Mobile resident loves to listen to Yolanda Adams and watch Local 15. We love you watching, Yolanda. Thank you, Jackie, excuse me. Thank you so much. You could be our next Facebook friend of the day. Just like our page, and you are in the running. We hear the words breaking news around here quite a bit. How one station in Chicago got duped by a scene for a TV show. And technology is giving an Alabama teenager a chance to use her hands again. How it works.
Local 15 News is brought to you by DeanMcCrary.com, home of the warranty forever.
Who's the new Hollywood star wasting away? Is starving for an Oscar the dangerous new celebrity trend? Next ET.
Monday at 6:30 on Local 15.
Hi, this is Shelby Mitchell for the new Mullinax Ford. Mullinax Ford has a different way of doing business. It's called upfront pricing and means you get a great low price instantly because it's right on the windshield on every vehicle. Save thousands without a hassle. That's Mullinax.
Look who's back.
Again?
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
We can see you, Carl.
We can totally see you.
Come on, you're better than this. All that prowling around.
Yeah, you're the king of the jungle.
Have you thought about going vegan, Carl?
You know, folks who save hundreds of dollars by switching to Geico sure are happy.
How happy are they, Jimmy?
Happier than an antelope with night vision goggles.
Nice. Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Dear Honda, thanks for the deal you got my sister at your holiday sales event. Shotgun! Rides in her Civic are full of valuable information.
Tim's parents are gone. Party!
Interesting. Plus, my iPod connects to the car. And since she saved so much, she's going to be a lot nicer. Love, Samantha.
More happiness with every Honda during Happy Honda Days. Get a 2012 Civic for 0.9% APR for up to 60 months at your Honda dealer.
Hi, this is Shelby Mitchell for Mullinax Ford. Nobody has more F-Series pickups than Mullinax. And now just $19.9 buys a 2012 F-150. Upfront pricing, no dealer fees. Huge selection. That's Mullinax in West Mobile on Airport Boulevard.
When news and weather happen where you live, Local 15 News is there. Wherever it happens, whenever it happens. Local 15 News brings it to you live from our mobile newsroom. And Derek Beasley in the Gulf Coast's most accurate forecast. When news and weather happen, we're there. Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. Stay connected with Local 15 24/7 on local15tv.com, Facebook, and Twitter. Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 News with Kim Thurman, Greg Peterson, and the Weather Authority's Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley with the Gulf Coast's most accurate forecast.
Authorities say a murder-suicide at a Wyoming community college happened in a classroom while class was in session. Police say a man killed a person with a sharp-edged weapon in a Casper neighborhood before going to the nearby Casper College campus. They say he killed a teacher, then himself in front of students. The other victim was found in a street about 2 miles away. A local Chicago television station got some breaking news they weren't expecting. WGN jumped the gun this morning, going live on air with the news that a plane had crashed. The only problem was the crash was just part of the taping of the hit NBC show Chicago Fire. Anchors for the station had to eventually recant the information. Chicago Fire can be seen Wednesday nights right here on Local 15. I wonder if they're going to make that part of the script when they air that episode. Oops. An Alabama teenager gets a second chance after losing 4 fingers during a car wreck. Her incredible story is next. And local teams face off in the high school playoffs. Who's headed to the Super 6?
If you were away for the Thanksgiving holiday and missed the Rooms to Go 5-year interest-free finance offer, listen to this. Now, Rooms to Go is extending this amazing 5-year offer through Monday. It's an exciting second chance to get great furniture in time for the holidays, big savings, and interest-free financing until January 2018. That's over 5 years with no interest. 0 interest until January 2018. So hurry to Rooms to Go before the special extension ends Monday, December 3rd.
Let's go to Magic Christmas in Lights.
The grand home is so amazing. Our 3 million lights are blazing. Come join us down at the Igloo. There's so much to do.
Bellengrath Gardens Magic Christmas in Lights. Open nightly until 9 p.m. the day after Thanksgiving through New Year's Eve. Closed Christmas Day. Ticket information is available online at bellengrath.org.
We're so very glad to be here. Magic Christmas in Lights.
For eons, mankind suffered with no internet. Then, high-speed internet arrived. But not everyone got it. Finally, smart people launched the most powerful satellite ever, bringing Exceed high-speed internet right into your home. If you live here, you get it. Exceed, super fast 12 meg service available right now. 4 times faster than average DSL, a zillion times better than drawing in the dirt with a stick. Exceed high-speed internet from space. Call 888-824-9978. Actual speeds may vary.
Now's the best time to get a Best Buy. Dare to compare at your Gulf Coast Chevy dealers. Chevy Equinox is a Consumer's Digest Best Buy and a top safety pick that gets 32 highway miles per gallon. Better than Honda CR-V. Plus, Equinox has more front and rear headroom and more legroom than CR-V and is backed by the best coverage in America. Act now and drive a new Equinox for just $219 a month. Dare to compare at your Gulf Coast Chevy dealers, exceeding your expectations.
Local 15 News is brought to you in part by B&R Camper Sales, Highway 90 West in Theodore.
Well, Birmingham teenagers on cloud 9 after receiving a computerized prosthetic hand. 16-year-old Haley Higdon lost 4 fingers on her right hand in a car wreck. Now Haley has a new lease on life with a computerized prosthetic hand. Take a look. Haley Higdon has a smile on her face that doesn't seem to go away, and she has a big reason to be happy. It's all because of her new computerized prosthetic hand.
I'm kind of excited that I could have it now. I've been waiting for ever.
She's been waiting since January. That's when she was in a car wreck and lost the fingers on her right hand. She had been using this cosmetic hand. Now she has an upgrade. Her doctor says she shouldn't have any problems adjusting.
She has 2 sensors. One of them is right here in the palm of her hand. The other one is right here on the dorsal surface on the top of her arm. Okay, so that she can separate those signals. This one being to close, it's right here, and she just fires that muscle and closes her hand. And then she can separate it and fire this other muscle and open her hand.
Now Haley can do things with her right hand she didn't think would ever be possible again. Things many of us take for granted.
I picked up stuff with this. I picked up the ball, and I picked up a cup, and I grabbed somebody's nose and grabbed somebody's hair.
She can also shake hands, something she did with her mother for the first time using her prosthetic hand.
Feels good. I'm just amazed. When I first saw it, I was like, I had no words. I posted videos on my Facebook page. I mean, I'm just totally amazed.
Haley says her goal is to learn how to throw a ball using her prosthetic hand. Her mother and doctor believe with her courage and determination, she'll make it happen, smiling along the way. Haley's prosthetic hand costs about $90,000. She still has to get a special glove to cover the prosthetic hand, and she has to go through occupational therapy. We definitely wish her a lot of luck on her journey. Coming up next in sports, Lance Crawford has the latest from Atlanta as Alabama and Georgia get set for tomorrow's SEC championship game. And a trip to the Super 6 was on the line for several teams in our area tonight. We're back with highlights right after the break.
When it comes to handbags, you just can't beat Ross. You'll find the top brands, the latest styles at unbeatable savings. Like this one, $62 at department stores. At Ross, it's less than $20. Ross, unbeatable.
It's the Gulf Coast's biggest event of the year. Only at Chris Meyer's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. It's the epic savings event. No reasonable offer refused. We won't miss any deal. Crew Cab Heavy Duty Rams, $11,487 off. Chrysler 200, $52,38 off. Dodge Journey, $51,22 off. Dodge Charges, $45,36 off. The epic savings event. Only at Chris Meyer's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Don't miss it.
masterpiece. At Priss Potts Pottery, you paint, we'll do the rest.
This mechanic from a big auto repair chain installs a set of brakes for $200. A Budget Brakes mechanic does the same thing for just $89.99.
Visit budgetbrakes.com.
You just can't beat Ross for sleepwear. A great selection at unbeatable savings. Like this robe, $46 at department stores. At Ross, it's less than $15. Ross, unbeatable.
American Flooring Cabinets will save you a fortune on cabinets, granite countertops, backsplashes, and floors.
Lance Crawford with Local 15 Sports.
The high school state semifinals kicking off tonight. Several teams in our area battling for a spot in the Super 6 next weekend in Auburn. One of those battles was in Spanish Fort, where the Toros hosted St. Paul's. Now, the Saints were the only team to have beaten the Toros all season long. They played to a 3-3 tie in the first half, but in the third period, the Saints' Bradley Paget fires to Kylan Towner, and with his speed, it just isn't even fair. 44 yards for the score. Saints take the lead 10-3. Same score in the fourth. Toros, though, on the doorstep. Pitch out to Sammy Tolbert. Looks like he is trapped, but look at the cutback there. Gets him to the goal line, and Spanish Fort ties the game at 10. But then on the ensuing St. Paul's possession, Paget looking to throw. Looking, going over the middle, and is picked off by Tyler Johnston. The freshman returns it inside the Saints' 10-yard line, and that puts the Toros in business, because moments later, Joel Poe on the keeper, and that gives the Toros the lead for good. They go from there winning 24-10, so Spanish Fort is headed to the 5A state title, where they will take on McAdory. Meanwhile, UMS Wright hosting Dora in a 4A semifinal tonight at Cooper Stadium. Bulldogs take the opening kickoff right downfield, and on their third play from scrimmage, Troy Dixon, big hole right up the middle, 14 yards, touchdown. UMS Wright on top 7-0. It was 7-6 in the final seconds of the first period. Here, Gunnar Roach on the bootleg takes a hit at the goal line, but he's in there, and the Bulldogs extend that lead to 14-6. Terry Curtis pretty relaxed tonight. In the second period, TJ Dixon on the end around. He'll get to the corner and get to the pylon. Another UMS Wright touchdown to make it 21-6. They're going to Auburn as they beat Dora 35-21. Only Oneonta stands in the way of another state title for the Bulldogs. Of course, Alabama and Georgia get it on tomorrow in Atlanta. A conference title and a trip to the national championship game is on the line, so motivation will not be a problem for either team. Clement Townsend was in the Georgia Dome today and has the latest from there.
It doesn't get much bigger than second-ranked Alabama versus third-ranked Georgia in the SEC championship game. Of course, the coaches will tell you the rankings don't mean much, but that wouldn't be entirely accurate. In the previous 20 SEC championship games, the higher-ranked team has won 14 times. That favors Alabama, but of course they have to go out and get it done on the field.
The game's probably going to get decided on, who executes best down in and down out. Both sides of the ball, kicking game, that's how most games get decided. And most of the time when you don't have success and you sit and look at the game, you see that you contributed quite a bit to the success and failure by what you did.
I don't want to minimize the importance of the SEC championship, but to know that the winner in all likelihood is going to play Notre Dame for the national championship, that does add a lot more juice to the game, I think, and certainly our fans are excited about it, our players are excited about it, and we as coaches are too. But our goal has been to, on a daily basis, stay in the moment, focus on today.
Coach Mark Richt and the Bulldogs are 1-1 against ranked teams this year. The Tide 3-1 against ranked opponents. Should be a great matchup covering the SEC championship game in Atlanta. Clement Townsend, Local 15 Sports.
All right, going to be fun to watch that game tomorrow. I like Alabama unless turnover problems. That'd be about the only thing I think that could kill Alabama. I don't see Georgia just stuffing it down their throat. But I do want to point out one other high school game here. In 2A, Washington County knocks off Sweetwater 41-33. So Washington County is going to play for the 2A state championship this next weekend up in Auburn. Big night for football.
Big night, so I'm hearing right, and you're predicting that Alabama's going to take the win.
Yeah, I'm not going against the Tide. I think they're just too good for Georgia.
I think so, too. I'm right there with you, buddy. All right, thanks a lot. Well, the Obama's dog is becoming an internet sensation as it checks out the Christmas decor. We have the video right after the break.
days, while everyone is finding ways to cut back, you're still making sure that your family gets the meals they love. Right now at Church's, you can pick up 9 mixed pieces of our juicy, hand-breaded, hand-battered chicken for only $9.99. Church's, you bring it home.
It's just what I wanted.
Not what you had in mind. Then come celebrate the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event and get $1,500 holiday bonus cash. And no payments until March 2013 on every new Sonata.
Just what I wanted.
Now during Hyundai Holidays, get the Sonata for just 0.9% APR or $199 a month. Only at your Gulf Coast Hyundai dealers.
Are you having breathing problems? Would you like to look better? It's important to seek an expert in nose surgery. The Martin Center has years of experience in nose, eyelid, and facelift surgeries. Nose surgery may qualify for insurance coverage. Call the Martin Center at 251-344-7474.
Nice.
Get in.
Santa?
What the ho-ho heck were you thinking? Imagine if I bought a mechanical U for my lawn. It's creepy, right?
Yeah, that'd be creepy. It'd be real creepy.
Try buying something that'll bring you years of happiness. All right, you're back on my nice list.
This holiday, listen to the voice of reason at Acura's Season of Reason sales event.
Visit your local Acura dealer. Luxury, intelligently priced.
When the big stories happen, Local 15 News is there. Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather.
This season, your family has even more reasons to love it when you bring home any Church's family box or meal. Because right now, you can enter to win a Carnival cruise or one of 5,000 Hasbro games in the Church's Chicken Family Fun giveaway. Church's, you bring it home.
Local 15 News is brought to you in part by the RV Parts House, Highway 90 West in Theodore.
I'll take a look at this. The first dog wants Christmas decorations to be first rate. The White House released its video of Bo making the rounds, checking out a Christmas tree and other signs of the season. Also catching the Portuguese water dog's attention, a large likeness of himself fitted with a hat just like Santa Claus. The Christmas theme at the White House is joy to all this year. He was sniffing out that tree, seeing if it was good use for something else.
You would think of that.
It's a dog.
I'm thinking he's probably dreaming of what he wants for Christmas, maybe a bone or
He's
something.
a dog.
All right. Quick look at your forecast. Looks nice for this weekend. Slight chance for rain next week.
Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.
Listen up, Gulf Coast. Toyota Fun is back, and it's on all month long at Spring Hill Toyota, and the time to buy is now. A full selection of incredible deals for a limited time.